Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to be showing you Windows PowerToys, which is a very powerful a set of utilities that Microsoft provides it. And it comes with Windows 10 as well as Windows 11. Actually, you have to install it. The PowerToys does not come with it, but once you install it, and then you get this kind of logo for it, and it's a set of utilities to customize Windows operating system, which makes your system very powerful for a user. As a user, you can become a power user by doing a lot of the functionality that you used to could not do it. And I'm showing you those functionality, those utilities that are available, maybe about 20 of them or something. I'm going to go over some of them, not all of them, but I'll show you how to install it, how to use them, how to enable them, all of those options with Windows PowerToys. And it comes on Windows 11. If you don't have it, obviously, when I say comes with it, that means it is configurable. So you just have to go to the website of Microsoft and install it, or from Microsoft Store, or using winget to install it. And so without further ado, I'm going to show you actually this PowerToys website, which is https learn.microsoft.com English-United States. And then you can see under Windows PowerToys, it's this sort of utilities. And then the whole utility, you have an option to install it if you don't have it on your Windows platform. The way you can tell is that you can go to show these icons on the taskbar under notification. You can see all the list of them. This is the PowerToys version 0.88, and the latest version is 0.88. As you can tell, it's still a beta version, but it has a lot of nice utilities that are already here. Once you enable them, you just basically use them. Then you can see here, for example, if I click on more, then I get a list of options that are here. All the utilities that are there, I said maybe 20 or more. And there are some nice color pickers, awake, always on top, so the windows stay on top, advanced paste, and then crop and lock. Some of them I have already enabled it, like environment variables, fancy zones, and then file lock and Smith, and then find my mouse. Those kind of things you can enable it also. Host file editorial, this is good utility for DNS stuff. Image resizer, so you can get an image, you can resize it. Keyboard manager, that is for the keyboard, and then mouse highlighter, mouse jump, and mouse pointers. So you can see a lot of utilities here. Some of them I'm going to show you in detail, like maybe screen rulers and shortcut guides, and then workspace, zoom it, and then on top I said that something like maybe color picker, and then environment variable, fancy zone. So there's a lot of good stuff that you can practice them. Once you enable them, they are basically available. So right here on the icons, once you install the winget through winget or through Microsoft Store, the PowerToys utilities, then you get this icon and it's available for you. So if I just open a command prompt here, CMD, and I say use the winget, not this one, I get winget list. I get all the list of software that's already installed here. And one of them is PowerToys. So if I just look for PowerToys, most likely I can find it, but I can also do clear screen here, say winget list, and then find /I, and then say PowerToys. Or I could just say to PowerToys like that, and it will search for the string and notice it is there. Since I know it is there, I could say winget the list, and then say the name of the descriptor for the ID number. So PowerToys is one of them. I could just say PowerToys, the name, and then it will just show the version that is installed and then the source that is there. If it is not installed, you can get to system as a system administrator, open as a system administrator, like right here, you can right click and say run as administrator. You can open a PowerShell command window or a command prompt here, just like doing CMD here, CMD, and then just right click here, say open as administrator. This will just open it, and then at this time, now notice that I'm as administrator on Windows platform, so I can say when and get install PowerToys, and then I could even do the option of --ID, and then --source, where the source is --source, and then power winget is the source we search for it. So remember here, whatever your search was showing up, here you can see the search shows up. Microsoft.PowerToys is the ID number and winget. So I can say, if I just do this one, it's gonna just say there's multiple one of them. Which one do you want to install? Because I did not specify the exact package name. So the package name is Microsoft.PowerToys. I don't have to type in even --ID. I could just type in here, and it automatically knows that description is there. So Microsoft.PowerToys, and then --source when get there, you don't need to automatically, it's gonna just find out whatever repository it is there. So notice that here it says that it's when get repository, but I could just specify like this and it run it, and then it's finding it. Since that package is already installed, Microsoft, I missed the O after the S. That's why it says no package with that name. So once it finds it, you see that it says found existing already installed. Since it's already installed, I don't have to do that one. Whether I do this syntax on the command prompt of Windows or on the PowerShell, like I opened this one on PowerShell. This is also a Windows command prompt. I could do it on the command line here, also say when get install --ID, and then just cut and paste this ID here, and then say --source, and then this when get is the source. So you could do that syntax also. It's gonna just find it, and it says this is already installed. If I just cut and paste this one on Windows PowerShell command, so like this one, I open a command prompt here as administrator, like you see that I did as administrator, I paste it here. This is also gonna try to do it and says package is already installed. And if I say, okay, if it's installed, show me the list. I clear the, I don't have to clear the screen when get list, and then PowerToys, and then it's gonna show the package that is installed here. But PowerToys without the E. So that's gonna find it, and it's gonna say that PowerToys is installed. So since it's installed, I just have to use it. And now I'm going to just minimize this window. And then I say, okay, that's great. I can also click here to install it from the Microsoft website if I don't have it there. But if you want to do it through Windows Package Manager, winget is very powerful. You could just do it the way I showed you from command line. If you're a person in the graphical interface from the website, you could just click here and then install it through that. Or just open a Microsoft Store and say store here, and then once Microsoft Store opens, and you just type in PowerToys on the search, like here, search for PowerToys and toys, and then search for it, and then say, okay, PowerToys is already there. It is free, and it shows that it's already installed. You can see that it is already installed. Microsoft PowerToys is installed, and this is the interface. So when I showed you the PowerPoint presentation, I had the logo, I meant interface or the image. So if I just minimize this window, now notice that I have PowerToys already installed here. So I can click here and say, let's use it. And if you just notice the version that was showing on the winget, here it just shows that it's version 0.88 is installed. Similarly, if you click on this graphical interface, you click on it, you could see PowerToys version 0.88 is installed. And then one of the tools is for PowerToys is the list of tools is called ZoomIt. And ZoomIt is very nice. It might not just show here, but if you go to the list of the option, these are all list of utilities. And then the last one on the bottom is ZoomIt. So ZoomIt, I'm going to show you first because right here, when we point to these icons, there's a shortcut for enabling ZoomIt. For every tools that are utilities that are installed with PowerToys, if you just point to the graphic interface for it, like here, if I just click on it, you see that it shows when shift plus backtick. So if I want to enable the fancy zone, I'm going to do a when, which is the Windows key on your keyboard, plus shift plus backtick. Backtick is under the tilde, which is next to one. That's backtick. This is also the backtick. We use it for development on coding, whether you're writing some Linux commands or JavaScript or something. Sometimes you want to run the command inside the backtick, and you just do that one. So everything that you do here, just if you point to the environment variable, for example, it does not show you a shortcut, but you can see that if I want to see all the environment variable on it, I just click on it, and then you can see there's a new for creating a profile, or you could just say for the existing user, add a variable. You can create a variable. Normally, if you're not a power user or just a person that is from command line, not a graphical interface like this, you have to do a set command to set the variable. Or you could open the environment variable editorial and then just update the environment variable or add there. And then this is for the system level here. So some of the path, environment variable, and other ones that are already defined are listed here also. In addition, if you just are doing it like for power tools, like for example, here, let's say you go to color picker, right? Color picker, you can see Windows plus Shift plus C. So that is the shortcut for it to just invoke this one or enable this option. Once you have gone on this setting, and then for the color picker, you have enabled it already. This option is enabled, but in order to invoke the process, you do the combination of the keystroke that it tells you, like Windows plus Shift plus C, C for color. So let's assume I'm on a website. Right here, you can see I'm on, let's say on this website or my Web University, the channel that I'm making here. So I'm going on videos here and then say, okay, let's look at the videos, and I just say, show me the most popular one. And then this Red Hat for Enterprise Linux, you guys like that one, you're watching it. So a lot of these colors, it's really hard getting it from a website to match that color. So what is fancy zone with the color picker, it tells you that, okay, in order to do this one, you have to do Windows plus Shift plus C. So I'm gonna press the Shift, Windows, and the character C. Now the color picker comes in. If I point to this area for this color, you see it's white. And if I just go here dark, and if the on the Red Hat it's red. And then if I just go on my face, you can see every one of them is a different color depending where you choose. So let's assume this is a very kind of color that you want to get from whatever website you want to pick. You can just choose that one. Like here on the Solaris operating system, Sun Solaris, this color, let's say I like this color. For some reason, I just want to pick that one. I click on it. Now that color comes in, say, okay, that color for red, green, blue is 12, 23, and 15. And then the X number is 7002, and then so on. And then HSL is there. And so at the same time, you can change the color to make it darker or lighter by moving the direction here. So let's say I from this color, I make it change this color. I can do that one, and then at the same time, I could just make these colors different and select it, whatever, highlighting the colors that you want. Once you like the color, say that is the color I want to set, you could just do it. For example, I'm going to just pick up a color here. Actually, I click on the video. Let me just go back here and then say popular, and then on this one, and let's see on the popular. So I'm going to just point to this area, but I have to enable Shift, Control, and C, and then now the color picker comes in. Notice that if I just point to that area, let me just, for some reason, I click somewhere else. Let me make sure that right now I was on the fancy zone at the same time. So Control, Shift, and C, and okay, so color picker is already selected, and you can see here, if I just want to close this window because I was on another one. So now I'm pointing here. So in order to get this one, Control, Window, and C. Actually, I was clicking on Shift, Control rather than Shift, Command, Window, the window keyboard, and then that one. So notice that if I just move it, my arrow, my pointer to wherever I want to point to, I get that color. So now I have picked up this color between these two, and if I just click on it, you can see that it is selected that color. And if I want it darker, I could just make it darker and then choose this one, then copy it, and then put it into my HTML file, my CSS tree, or JavaScript, or any React, or anything, Angular. You can just style it however you want. So color picker is very nice. If you just close it, if you want to just reuse it, and then some colors that are there, let's say you come in on this NumPy and you say that, well, this is a very nice color, I want to get that one. You do Shift, Windows, and then C, and then you choose the color that you want from there. You can see wherever you're pointing to, it's going to pick up. Even if you come in on this browser itself and you go on the NASA website, now you have this color picker. So let's say I'm going to just pick up the moon, this color, and see how it is. I'm going to do Shift, Windows, C, and now you can see the window, the color is there. If I point to the NASA option, it's that color. If I point to the black area, it's there. So I go here on the website and then just say, okay, this is cool. Let's say if, I find out another tools, and then just like right here, let's say I close this one and say, this is a nice color. I could just pick up any of them by just going to the website and then to match the color that is there. So notice Shift, Window, and then C. Now each color that you select, it's picking up that color. So I think it is clear to you that, so once you click on it, then that color matches, and this is red, green, blue, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to just show you something else now, and let's go to the zoom it area. So now if I just open this nasa.gov site, and I just say, okay, let's just do something to show you the zoom it option. So the zoom it is, in order to enable zoom it, you are basically doing a Shift, a window, and backtick. And then from there, actually, this is Shift, Window, backtick is the fancy zone. The fancy zone, so right here, if I just want to make a different zone. It's called fancy zone editorial. Now I have these three of them. So in order to just maybe put a kind of like a tool, like here, I just open a terminal on the Bitwise for SSH connection. And if I want to just work on that one, I just hold shift and then I drag it and drop it here. Now my Windows is there. And then if I just want to do it on another window or something, I could just do the same thing with fancy zone. And then you can also create a new zone here, create new layout, and then you could just say either it's grid or canvas, and then how you want to create it, you could do that one with fancy zone. Let me just do something else on the options that we have here. So notice here, if I want to get documentation on any of them, that I say, well, I don't know the steps how to do it, I can also always click here on the documentation and then just go to the documentation and do check each one of them. For each of the utilities that are there, you can just get a list of options for color picker, for cropping the other ones. So there's File Explorer and so on. And then one thing that is the image resizer is really nice, and other ones. So peak is good, and then screen roller, and then zoom it is right here. You can see that it's once you do enable it, it's Windows plus Control plus backtick. So this is the workspace for zoom it, and the thing is Control I or Control 1 or Control 4 and so on. So that is for zoom it to enable it there. And once you enable it, you have these options to just highlight something like this, or just mark it like this, or just draw an arrow. So for example, if I just do Control 1, and now my mouse, it is enabled that I can zoom in on an area or zoom out there, I can do that one. And if I just say, okay, and so let's say on this area, I click on it, then I can say red, and then now my highlighter is red. So if I just say G for green, then it's a green. If I say B for blue, it's going to be blue. And then O for orange, it's going to be orange. And then P for pink, and it's going to pink there. So whatever color you do it, and if you just press escape, obviously, it's going to clean it up. So now if I just say, I want to just put a rectangle around zoom in, then I could just say shift, and then actually the shift with control character is just shift with the line. It's just going to do that one line here. And then if I do control with that one, basically control with that one is going to just make it like a selection. So if I just say, go ahead, first I want to change it to green, let's say. I type in G for green. Now I changed my highlighter to green. Now if I say do control and then highlight the area where I want to highlight, right there. So if I just select that area, it is there. And if I just say shift control in that area, shift control, and then I can draw a line from this one like an arrow. Say zoom it and then just point to that one. Or shift control, go from zoom it all the way to from, and then it's there. So you could just do that one. This is very nice utility. Once you press escape, it goes out all the way there. So and that's zoom it, and then there's other stuff that like I told you, the environment variable, fancy zone, we already did. The host file is very cool, and you can just things that you can do on DNS with the host file. Basically, your host file is on etc system 32 drivers and then host file. If you're just opening that file, it's that the loopback interface for IP version 4, and this is a loopback interface for IP version 6, and this is the entry. You could just create new entry. So this is going to just help you not to make mistakes by, if you're not a system administrator and you want to just add some kind of IP address onto the host name to ping the university.com or something, you could do that one. So that is for host file. And then PowerToys is also a list of utilities, commands. You can even type in here something like go to www.mywebuniversity.com. It will just open the mywebuniversity.com. So if you just say open up some website like google.com, just type it in, it will just open it for you. There's also search, you can do it. There's also expression, regular expression that you can match, but I don't have the time to show you everything. Here, the text extractor also is a good stuff that you can do text extraction, and then that is something else that you could also do. Let me just show you some more because it's running out of time to show you. For example, the Reg editorial. So this is Windows registry. You don't want to mess up with these ones by mistake. If you just create something and then reboot your system, maybe that variable was set to 1 and you set it to 0, and then all of a sudden your system is not booting because you made a typo or some other variable that was not supposed to be enabled or set. So you have to know what you're doing with Windows registry. If you click on here, open Windows registry, you can just say yes, open it, and then you can go through the registry and open it. This is the same utility as typing on the command prompt reg editorial. You see, reg edit 32 used to be the command line, and then you can also do it on the prompt, and then that's the opening the registry also. If you don't know Windows registry pretty well, please don't mess up your system. But if you know it and you're trying to just make sure something that is causing a problem, you're cleaning it up, and then you're welcome to just experiment, but make sure that you know what you're doing. If you're an advanced user, you can do that. We always kind of like, as a developers, do from time to time, not always. So a screen ruler is a very nice utility. This one is basically, if you go to a website and you say, okay, I'm going to do, notice that screen ruler, in order to enable it, you just have to point to it and it says Windows Control Shift plus M. So it's a mouthful, like 4 different things. So Windows Control Shift and then M. All 4 of them to be pushed. And then once you do that one, now this interface comes in. So if you want to do a bound kind of things, you could just say, let's say the size of this icon, home, you can see that one. And if you wanted the size of this one, you can see that whatever you put the rectangle, it tells you in pixel how many it is used. And if you do the coordination of XY coordination, you can point to somewhere area and you can see that it tells you the coordination of that one with the number of pixels for X and Y coordinate. But if you wanted horizontal line, you can just do that one. Wherever you click on, it tells you a point, and wherever you click on that one, you get another point there. Okay, so it's the same thing with the vertical line. So vertical line, it is basically doing that. But in order to do this one, once you click on this one for vertical, you have to hold the shift and then just do the points that you want to do. Notice each one of them that are vertical is going to show you the number, and the one that you go on this side and this one, notice the number changes on vertical. Similar for horizontal, if you go horizontal and then you say, okay, let me just click on this one, and then you say this, and then hold the shift, and you do this one. Each area, it will be a different pixel, so the ruler will tell you how many pixels away from each other. And that's the ruler, and then I'm going to close that one. Let's see what other things that I need to show you. Shortcut. Shortcut is very, very good. I like to show you that one. So the shortcut is giving you a list of shortcuts here. For example, if you want to open the setting, you see that it is I. So remember the other window control one. Control one, now you can see that I can just say highlight this area. So if I want to show you the this, I can say control one and then select this one. Remember this zoom it, I could just use that option. Say, so in order to do this one with I, you have to use window plus I, and that will open the Windows setting. That's cool, right? Similarly, if I go on the option here and say shortcuts, so now I have it there, and then I could say control one, and let's say I want to just check out something else. Let's say open file explorer, right? So if I just do zoom in that area, I go control one, and then I go say control one first, and now that area is there. If I just point to this area and I say, okay, let's highlight this one. Obviously, I did not select the right one with the right color because I used the shift rather than control character. So I'm gonna go back to that shortcuts, which was combination of control Windows, shift, and M. No, that was for the other one. So let me see what was the shortcuts. You have to get familiar with it. So right here, shortcuts. So it's control Windows plus shift plus forward slash. So if I say Windows shift and forward slash, this is gonna come the shortcuts. Now, if I want to just show you what I was looking for was Open File Explorer. But it is a small, so I'm gonna do control one and then go here and then just closer. That's good enough. And then now point this one, and now I'm gonna press control here and then highlight this area, and I say, okay, let's demo this one. In order to demo this one, so I did a combination of zoom it, which is highlighting this one, and then at the same time, in order to open File Explorer with the shortcut, I do Windows plus E, and then that is going to open File Manager. You can also type in File Manager here, File Manager, and then that will just open it there. Or from the command prompt Explorer, you can type it in there. So a lot of the tools that are there is really nice, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you subscribe to our channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff, and I already have thousands of videos here on this one, which is computer science related, IT information technology, a lot of programming, a lot of database, a lot of operating systems, online manual pages, Linux, Unix, Python, PowerShell, Windows, Red Hat, a lot of the Rocky, and then R language, and C, C++, awk, Bash scripting, you name it, Java programming, object-oriented stuff, a lot of stuff, MySQL, you can name it there. So I have a lot of stuff for you. You're welcome to just learn it. And also you can go to my website, MyWebUniversity.com. I have this online book, The Direct Path to Linux Ubuntu, which has 14 chapters. And each chapter is like chapter 2, 3, 4. I teach you basic of Linux, which is all of the Linux Ubuntu basic stuff you learn on one chapter. You can practice it online on my website. You don't need to install Linux anywhere. You just use your browser. All you need is an internet access and a browser and the desire to learn. You learn everything for intermediate as well as advanced level. And then shell programming. And then also, if you need PDF file, there's more than 100,000 of HTML and PDF file in these chapters that shows you documentation for Linux, Ubuntu, C, C++, include files, Rocky Linux, Ubuntu, and dynamic generation, Go language, and there's so much you can get on those ones. I don't want to go through each one of them, but I want to just show you on an advanced level what I mean by showing you can practice the commands. So I have like 88 commands here. Each command that you click on, you get to know what is that command does, and you can even run it, and it's going to give you an output with the command that you click on the browser, and the output will be displaying process stream 3 for system D, which is process ID 1, with the output here with all the tree structure. And then if you want to say, okay, that's great, can I get manual pages? Yes, you can get manual pages here. And if you just want to say another command, you could get manual page for that command. Whichever command you type in, you could just get that command output. At the same time, if you are just into my main page, here you can also get dynamic generation for any command that you're interested. So let's say you're looking for a command like I showed you. Let's say I did not show you calendar, but I showed you process stream 3. So you click on this one, I generate you a PS3 PDF file on the fly, and then you just dynamically look for it and then do it. Some of the program that you search here, like for example, if you type in search for Python, now I just generate you this Python, but this is not it. Just so Python is only 7 pages on PDF file, but notice on the, if you do Control F and then search HTTPS, there's so many other hyperlink reference on the manual page itself that I use the manual page, I generated to you a PDF file, and now I made this code reusability. So you click on the python.org website, now I take you to python.org website. So hundreds of thousands of files are here also, which means that you can go to the documentation for every version of Python, you can get tutorials, you can practice them, and just learn them as many as you want, right? And so you can see that all of that one is what the syntax are there. Similarly, if you're looking for, like, let's say you want to learn Node.js here, and then you say, Wahid, did you have anything for outside of Linux? Yes, I do. I say search for npm, for example, and then that's gonna Node package manager for Node.js. It will just do that thing. And then the github.com website for it, and then nodejs.org, anything that are there, Control F, HTTPS, and then search for it, and then go to that website. But if you didn't see Node.js, type in Node.js here, Node.js here. Just type in Node itself is good enough. Node, let me just type in Node. And then you get the Node.js documentation, and then right here, nodejs.org, you take it here, and then you can download the software and then use it. And then you say, what does Node do? Basically, it is running your JavaScript on the server side. And then there's a lot of stuff, and stay tuned. I'll make some video for JavaScript. I will make some video for Node.js, for Visual Studio Code, and then show you development techniques that you can do web programming with JavaScript, with React, and all of that is coming next. So please subscribe if you want to see more videos like that, and share it with your loved ones. And then by sharing, you care about yourself, about other ones in our society. And God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.